Well, hey everyone, Happy New Year, Happy 2024. Hope everybody survived the holidays okay. And going forward, you'll be narcissist free for the new year. That's our hope, correct? So hopefully these videos are helping you out or giving you some information that you didn't have before to stay safe in the future. And my wish is for peace, love, and healing for all of you guys for this year. So, guys, today we're going to talk about something that has been brought to my attention, and I also experienced it myself, so I wanted to mention it here. It's one of the red flags that I noticed, and a lot of other people have too, in a severe malignant narcissist that was very perplexing and very confusing up front. You know, it was during the love bombing stage, going into the devaluation stage when this happened to me and also happened to other people. So I figure if you have this information as well, it might help you out so you can make a decision earlier on and understand what you're dealing with instead of waiting and making excuses for them. So what I noticed was, and what other people brought to my attention too, is that the severe malignant narcissists, these types that are very high on the spectrum of NPD, the ones that can be sadomasochistic and display behavior of a psychopath or a sociopath as well as a malignant narcissist, again, they put on, the love bombing and everything, and they're a being of light when they approach us. We don't know they're a demonic entity set out to destroy us at that point. They're doing everything right. Well, as they go into the devaluation stage, when they start to break away, maybe calls aren't as frequent, or sometimes they just do something extremely shocking when the mask drops, or it's an event like I'm going to describe now, which is, they do something very deceptive or heinous or something that's totally out of the blue, unexpected when their mask drops. And when you ask them about it, they look at you perplexed, like they have no idea they did anything wrong. And you end up explaining why their behavior was bad. Like if they lied to you, or you caught them cheating, or it was some other heinous thing that they did to you, or some shocking thing that they revealed, lying by omission type of thing, something you didn't know that would have been a deal breaker, they suddenly surprise you with when the mask drops, and you're upset. And then you have to explain to them as to why that's upsetting. It's so many times targets have explained to me that they've had to explain good behavior and bad behavior to their adult narcissist, whether it's a male or a female. They look perplexed, like they have no idea what they're doing. Now, that can only go so far. You can only blame it on a poor childhood, or maybe their parents didn't tell them it was wrong. I mean, people know that lying is wrong. People know that giving horrific text messages is wrong. People know that stalking is wrong. People know that devaluing and insulting you is wrong. Why does a grown adult need an explanation for that as to why it's wrong? They should know better, correct? They should know why you're upset. But a severe malignant narcissist will act bewildered, confused, like, what are you talking about? I didn't do anything wrong. Or even if they know that they've done something wrong, they just think you're just going to act like nothing happened. They want you to have amnesia after each and every episode and just be better and treat them the same way as you did before. And it doesn't work that way. When you commit these evil, heinous acts that these types do, you can't just all be better the next day or forget about it or have amnesia. It affects you to the core. It affects your behavior and how you cope. Many times targets can't get out of bed or go to work, function. They're so beaten up from these repetitive evil behaviors of the narcissist that, it's very clear what the narcissist is doing wrong. That's destructive and hurtful and causing them pain. But the narcissist, will look confused if you try to explain why their actions were bad. They look like, really? Like they didn't do anything wrong. It's very childlike, and a lot of targets will explain it away like, well, they had a bad childhood and they just weren't told. Oh, come on, guys. If these are grown adults. They should know right from wrong. But yet a target will sit there and explain good behavior and bad behavior 101 to a grown man or a grown woman who looks confused, like they didn't know. It's all an act, guys. It's a manipulation from the pits of hell. So you feel sorry for them, so they can just go on and continue even worse behavior in the future. That's how these guys act. If you just chalk it up to they don't know any better or they weren't taught, I mean, come on. They can function, they're CEOs of companies, doctors, lawyers, pillars of the community, and they don't know right from wrong in a basic relationship. They know better. The more we make excuses for them, the more people, enablers, targets, who are compassionate and empathetic, we want to think the best of people. We want to chalk it up to it's a brain disorder, or it's their parenting, their parents didn't do a good job, or some abuse in their childhood. Well, you can't make that excuse for this type because with these types, it allows them just to do even worse the next time. It gives them a green light to escalate their abuse in the future. They think you're just going to, feel sorry for them and let them get away with it. Just like a child, if a child keeps getting away with stuff and there's no punishment, there's no consequences, they do it again and their behavior escalates. And the narcissist that's an adult isn't any different. The more they get away with, the more they do. Their behavior escalates. It does not improve, guys. And the thought that this is a brain disorder, there's so many people with brain impairments who are kind and sweet and struggling to do basic tasks and to keep up with everybody else because of their brain impairment, but they're certainly not evil. They don't calculate, manipulate, plot, plan, scheme like the adversary himself, but these narcissists do. So there's a difference between a brain impairment and pure evil. And a lot of people haven't made that definition yet. They don't have that line of demarcation, dividing the two as separate things. They still want to say it's a brain impairment that makes them promiscuous. It's a brain impairment that makes them lie, cheat, steal. If that's the case, then, all these looters going through stores stealing clothing, everyone's going to say, well, I'm sorry, they have a brain impairment. It only goes so far. It's called, right and wrong and choosing evil over good. And the narcissist will act like they have no idea that they're committing evil. But I guarantee you, they know. So let me know your thoughts on this. Let me know if you've thought, the same thing or whether you experienced this yourself. And let me know in the comments, what happened or how it was handled. What was their reaction? And if you need prayer, put your name in the comments and I'll be sure to pray for you. Also, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Always helps the channel to grow. And that you follow on Facebook, Twitter, and Rumble, guys. And also, there's a link on the main channel page. I believe if you click on it, it's a way to ask a question that will be answered as promptly as possible by me, if it's a precise question anyway. A lot of times I get emails that are lengthy with people's situations, and it would be unprofessional of me to advise via an email. I really have to speak with the person and understand what's going on to advise properly. So it's hard to answer questions that way. But if you have a specific question, a one-line question, two-line question that you would like a quick response to, that link on the channel main page is a way to do that. I was approached to put that link there, and it's a way that questions can be answered without your emails getting lost and unanswered in my email. So you can check that out, guys. And that's another way you can ask a question personally, if it's a personal question about your particular situation. And I will do my best to answer those promptly. So thanks so much, everybody. God bless, and I'll be back with another video. There's so many topics to cover with this. With narcissists, it's incredible. So there's going to be more and more videos coming out, I'm sure. But thanks so much for your for subscribing, liking, and sharing, and I'll see you soon, guys. God bless.